Hey, Mark in here, and I found this interesting article. Actually, people sent it to me, and I saw people commenting on it on the social media. Opinion: the end of meat is here. If you care about the working poor, about racial justice, and about climate change, oh, I'm glad I don't care about anything. I'm glad I don't care about any of these things. Okay, maybe the poor. I do care about the working poor, but the way they define it is probably not the exact same way I would define it. The working poor people actually work hard. Okay, right? Anyway, meat piled up delivery on Manhattan May 9th, and this is May 21st by Jonathan Safran Foer, and is author of Eating Animals and We Are the Weather. Climate change, right? Is the panic more primitive than the one prompted by thought of empty grocery shelves? Okay, most everyone has been doing more cooking these days, more documenting of cooking and blah blah blah. The combination of meat shortages and President Trump's decision to order the slaughterhouse open despite pro- protestations of endangered workers has inspired many Americans to consider how essential meat is. This is not true. Whatever this guy is saying is not true. It's called opinion, but it's pushed by these people. One of the reasons why the Chinese eat the things that they do was because of communism. Okay, communism basically forced a country of a lot of the poor working class, unless you're the political elite. You're a poor person and you eat things like dogs and cats to survive. You eat rats, you eat bats, you eat snails to survive. Okay, this is what happened. Okay, so when they push things like anti-meat, what they're pushing things is besides things that are proven not to not to sustain life. Okay, your body needs protein, it needs meat to rebuild, to to for brain functionality. Okay, it needs fat. Okay, there's a difference between protein from a plant and protein from animal. There's the vast differences. Okay, I gotta preach about doing keto. Okay, it helps you lose weight. It helps you focus. Again, once you do this stuff, you see your skin start glowing. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Is more essential than ever lies working poor who labor to produce it? It seems so. An astonishing 6 out of 10 countries that the White House itself identifies as hotspots are home to the very slaughterhouse the president ordered open. In Sacs Falls, San Diego, okay, the Smithfield pork plant, which produces some 5% of the country's pork, is one of the largest hotspots. The Tyson plant in Perry, Iowa has some 130 cases. Nearly 60% at the Tyson plant in Waterloo, Iowa. Why don't we talk about, let's see if he brings up anything about those who do produce. Sick workers mean plant shutdowns. Some farmers are injecting pregnant sows to cause abortions. Others are forced to euthanize. Nobody cares about abortions. Interesting. Others are forced to euthanize their animals. I thought abortions were okay. All right, let's see where this goes. Okay, it's gotten bad enough. Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa Republican has asked Trump administration to provide mental health resources to farmers, and I agree. Like, these people who are quote unquote sacrificing, they deserve the benefits of it, right? We'll see how this goes. Anyway, despite the grisly reality and widely reported effects of the factory farm industry, American communities and animals and human health long before pandemic hit, only around half of Americans say they're trying to reduce their consumption. I've actually again, for just because I want to do it, I've actually reduced a lot of my eating habits. You don't know how long things will last, and it's good to have discipline. Okay, a lot of times men, boys, they lack discipline. Something simple as fasting is a good discipline. I'm doing it to for the benefits of autophagy. In case people don't know, autophagy is just simply it's about recycling your cells, and a lot of research shows it can cure. I'm not a health expert, but it can cure diseases. It can cure like things like diabetes. It can kill cancer. These are some of the research of changing to a keto diet, practice fasting, and even changing to carnivore. Okay, carnivore is exceptional, and when you notice your skin starts glowing, your body starts performing better. It's not gonna happen overnight, but within a few weeks, a few months, a lot of changes happen. Again, I noticed like my memories improve. It took about 10 months, 11 months, and this my memory has really improved. Now I don't have like little lapses due to me being tired, but it works. Anyway, this anti-meat nonsense by these soy, I was gonna say soy bastards, okay, and these feminites, they don't know what they're talking about. They're pushing things that sound good. They're pushing things because they worship the environment. The environment is their basically their god, their masters. Okay, they would much rather. I'm kind of say this. They much rather worship a dildo than. I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, I'm leaving that. I shouldn't have said that stuff, right? Anyway, meat comes with wonderful smells and tastes. Finally, something true with satisfaction. I almost feel like home itself. And what if the feeling of home is essential? And yet, the increasing number of people sense the inevitability of impending change. Animal agriculture is now recognized as a leading cause of global warming. Again, I did this article yesterday about how the sun may be cooling, so we need to combat it with global warming. Okay, right? Again, I believe in using the environment. It's only make it benefit human beings. The only way technology and progress happens. Okay. People who say otherwise, they should give up the technology, give up the cell phones, give up all those wonderful shoes and dresses and iPads, iPods, air conditioning. They'll never do it. They want you to give up your comfort. Okay? They don't want to do the sacrifice. They want you to do the sacrifice. Okay? They're more important than that. Okay? Again, this is why we're against Marxism and communism and socialism. The upper class will always get everything, and then there's no middle class. There's only poor, and the poor will be oppressed. You will have your things taken away. Only the rich deserve things. Okay, this is why liberals are natural allies of the communists, the Marxists, the socialists. Okay, they're already indoctrinated. Okay, what's left is to indoctrinate people who aren't. Anyway, at the very least, it has forced us to look when it comes to subject and inconvenient as meat. It is tempting to pretend unambiguous sense is advocacy to find solace. This is nonsensical words that meant to take up my time. Anyway, some of the most thoughtful people I know find ways not to give the problems of animal agriculture any thought, just as finding ways to avoid thinking about climate change and income inequality. See where his he ties in food with social justice right here. One of the unexpected side effects of these months of sheltering in place is the hard not to think about things that are essential to who you are. But brand truisms, whoppers, and boutique grass-fed steaks produce an enormous amount of greenhouse gases. We're trying to save the earth from global cooling, okay? These guys haven't kept up with the science, okay? Alright. According to research director, project could draw down a non-profit dedicated to modeling solution and addressing climate change. I see a lot of rich people involved with non-profit organizations. I gotta check up about how they actually operate. Anyway, eating animal blood is the most important contribution every individual can make in reversing global warming. No, it's not. Okay. It takes tremendous resources to grow your vegetables, grow your plants. Okay, this guy has no idea or very little idea, or if he does know something, he's trying to mislead. The majority of both Republican and Democrats say the United States have remained. No, they shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. We don't need any information. We cannot claim to care about humane treatment of animals. And being nice to animals is something that's actually important, right? They produce better meat, okay? So when you slaughter them, the meat tastes better, okay? All right. Again, when you're stressed out, when you feel uncomfortable, it does a lot to the body, and also animals feel the same way, okay? This is why grass-fed is the way to go, humane treatment. Anyway, the farming system we rely on is woven through with misery. Barn chickens have been so genetically modified. That's actually kind of true. We become prisons of pain even if we open the cages. This is actually true here. Like, one of the dirtiest things you can't eat is chicken itself. Beef is better. Turkeys are bred so obese. Okay, that's again. So with arguments like this, right? How you spin it against these people, you spin it as they're being racist, okay? You can't feed the billions of people in the world without like modification, okay? without insemination. Okay, what you have to say is like, well, do you want people in Africa to die? You always have to spin these things for these people. Okay, they don't know what they're talking about. All right, if they do, they're propagandists. Okay, right. Sometimes you have to beat propaganda with your own propaganda. Right, you have to out social justice these guys. Okay, you have to use what the way they talk against them sometimes. Anyway, no label or suffering can avoid the kinds of cruelty. We don't need any animal rights activists waving fingers at us. We don't need to be convinced of anything we already don't know. We need to listen to ourselves. Kind of predicting it's pandemics, okay. It goes without saying that we want to be safe, okay. They are not my or anyone's opinion, despite the tendency to publish disinformation. And the answers to the most common responses raised by serious questions of animal agriculture aren't opinions. Let me read that again. And the answers to the most common responses raised by any. Don't we need animal protein? No, yeah, you do need animal protein. Most American adults eat roughly twice the recommended intake of protein, including vegetarians who consume 70% more protein than they need. People don't. Okay, so protein again. Protein, it fills you up. One of the ways that I do a fast is that I eat a lot of protein. Imagine eating a lot of protein the day before. You feel, especially from like steak, you feel so satiated you don't have to eat the next day. At least that's what occurs in my body. I don't have to eat, okay? Protein helps you build muscle, lose weight, repairs the body, but you really want that grass-fed high quality protein, okay? I barely can afford it. Okay. Alright, I'll leave this here, okay? Just because this is kind of long. Anyway, share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. Hope you enjoy. Hope something interesting. And don't be a vegetarian, okay? Don't drink soy. Drink milk. Do keto. Do low carb. Do carnivore. You'll be better for it. You'll be a better human being. And you have to help the planet warm, okay? Because the sun is the sun is cooling down, okay? Take care. Bye. Thumbs up.